Hey guys, what's up? On this video, I'm gonna be showing another match in which I managed to play as the Aiden on Dead by Daylight during the public test trial that they had for it last week. It's already over, so now we can only play as the Aiden again when it comes out officially as a DLC at the end of this month. So just a few more weeks, so I think it's, what day is today? Oh, it's 15, 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks until the Aiden is like officially here, so everybody can have fun playing with the new skiller. And I did have a lot of fun during the few matches in which I managed to play as the Aiden. Sure, I think this is definitely gonna be my main killer, as I mentioned in a previous video. I'm gonna be maining the Aiden from now on, trying to get really good at it. And I want to talk a little bit about how the gameplay of this game compares to previous games in which you managed to play as the Aiden. Mainly the AVP games, because this is a first-person experience with the Aiden, as you guys can see it here. And for those of you that played AVP 2010, like, look at this. Look at the way that like the Aiden moves and the way that you use the tail. It's just like AVP 2010. I wanted to talk about how similar it is to the game and how anyone that was like a Alien main, for those of you that played AVP 2010 and enjoy play as the Alien, you guys are like playing multiplayer or just enjoy the campaign, or like Alien mains playing the multiplayer, you guys are like playing as the Alien on the multiplayer, you guys should probably enjoy this game. So I would just recommend to any Alien fans that enjoy play as the Alien in the AVP titles, just give it a try, maybe in this game when the Alien officially comes out. I think you guys can have a lot of fun. Sure, you want to be fighting Marines or Predators. It's different, like the types of enemies and the gameplay mechanics. You're gonna be downing people and then just hooking them. And it's like not the same thing as AVP games. Yes, I know. But still, like, I think that gameplay-wise, the way that it feels, like, you move as the Aiden. And it's something that Aiden fans have been missing for a while. Even though we had 2 Aiden games that came out just a while ago, Dark Descent and Fireteam Elite, it was more of a Cold Marine experience. Look at this. This guy tried to be sneaky with the flashlight. He was trying to blind me when I tried to grab the other guy, but I said, no, I'm getting you. And I managed to just do the tail attack while he was trying to get away from me. The tail attack is so good. And it reminded me like right away on AVP 2010 with the tail spamming. It was like one of the Aiden's biggest strengths. I mean, besides just running and stealth killing people from behind so you can get like an insta-kill. But what a lot of players, Aiden players, would use in AVP 2010, who just like get on the ceiling, get in the walls, and he would just like tail spam, just use the tail because it's like an insta-kill. It does more damage than the normal claw attack. So they would just like using the tail over and over from far. Not only does more damage, it was like a one-shot, I believe, in the multiplayer, but it also had a better range, just like the one in this game. So when the Aiden gets into the frenzy mode, which the survivors, sure, they can remove it just by using putting the turrets in good locations, because the fire removes it from the Aiden. But the Aiden can also speed up the process of getting to this frenzy mode that you can go in 4 legs and use the tail by going into the stations, like the tunnels that can move around in the map, you know. So what I'm trying to say is that the gameplay is very similar to what I'm seeing so far, what I experienced from AVP 2010. It even made me feel like playing AVP 2010 because it reminded me, because in that game they also made it like Toti Aiden. Most of the time they're gonna be walking 4 legs, just like here. Like you just always like in 4 legs, and if like you can either use the claws or the tail, but if your enemies, like whatever you want to kill, whatever is like in like more away from you, is like there's a distance between you and it, you just go for the tail. And it just reminded me right away, like the way that you chase after survivors reminded me of like going after the Marines, like, and even the graphics. I mean, maybe just because the graphics a little bit, you know, just like that, it just reminded me right away. So like for those of you that I enjoyed AVP 2010 Aiden experience, like playing as the Aiden, I recommend maybe giving this a try. Sure, maybe you guys are not much in Dead by Daylight, but come on. Don't see this like, oh, I'm just gonna play Dead by Daylight. I mean, I think I'm gonna play a new Alien game, almost, sure. But like I said, like, we Alien fans have not had Alien experience, like experience of playing as Alien in quite a while. Like, as far as first person goes, the last one was AVP 2010, and that's over 10 years. Over 10 years that we could play like this as an Alien, you know? Sure, we had AVP Evolution, which is like hack and slash game, a mobile game. We played that like in third person. Alien Clone Marines, we also could play as the Alien. It was also like in third person, but it was like not. That game had a lot of problems. Not gonna get into those problems of that game. But I did enjoy playing as Alien in third person and Alien's Clone Marines. But it's still like, it wasn't like that good, you know? Like, it was like okay, it was fun for me, the multiplayer. I think I had some fun with it, but it wasn't just the same thing. Sure, I'm more of a fan of AVP 2, which had like a different mechanic for how to play as the Aiden. But AVP 2010 was okay, and especially playing as the Aiden, I think the Aiden campaign was like a little too short. It was like my least favorite. But still, the way that you could play as Aiden was fun. I just wish you could like choose between walking in 4 legs and walking in 2 legs. Like I'm more of a fan of the bipedal Aiden experience, you know, especially if you're gonna be playing as an Aiden that came out of like hosts of like humans. So I want it to be more bipedal. But I believe like the Aidens can have an option like in going 4 legs in certain situations, whatever. But I just think that it's been fun so far for me playing as Aiden, and this skill has a lot of potential. So for those of you that are like new at the game, this could possibly be a very good killer once you manage to master it, just learn how to play it well. So you're not gonna like the bullets like as much as like in the other killers. Like there are like certain killers which survivors can easily bully because they are very limited. But I think the Aiden has potential of becoming like among the best ones in the game. And I already heard like some pair combinations that can work very well with it. In this match here, I managed to do quite well, and the survivors are doing better. They are like placing the turrets in better locations. They're like putting in good locations so they can always hit me, so they can take me out of like this frenzy mode, so I cannot use my tail very much. I'm using more perks than I did in the previous matches. I'm using actually 4 perks. 3 of them are maxed, 1 is not. And I think one of them, like, which is Noed, it didn't even like manage to work because I ended up killing them before they could finish the generators. Like, look at this, putting the turret right next to a generator, so it could always like bother me while I'm trying to kick it. And there are some good strategies for the survivors to kind of prevent the Aiden from being able to use the tail. But I'm not even like using the Aiden yet with like really meta perks combinations. Then he can like maybe really do some harm to survivors everywhere. But the Aiden just has a lot of potential, and I think it's really fun. I think this killer is like one of the best additions that they had for Dead by Daylight for quite a while. Singularity was okay. I think it was like a good idea. The one before, which I think was like the Skull Merchant, which is like a female wannabe predator. It felt like they wanted to be the predator, but they couldn't get the predator, so they just made like a human cosplay as a predator. She even has like wrist plates. But many of the killers in this game for a while has been like just meh. Sure, there are very iconic ones. You have like Michael Myers, Freddy. There are just like very known killers in this game, Leatherface and others like that are very cool and brought a lot of players to this game. But I think the Aiden is for sure like one of the that stands out the most and how more unique it is and how cool it feels. And good thing for me, it's my favorite Aiden design because it's based on the Aiden from the first movie. It's more like based on the one from Isolation because it has like the chicken legs. Like the only thing that doesn't match much the proportions with the original Aiden design is just like the chicken legs. I'm more of a fan of the normal looking legs for the Aidens. I don't like the chicken legs for Aidens, which was something that I think they was first introducing Aiden 3. But that one came from animals, so I was like, whatever. It came from a dog or an ox, depending on where in the version that you see. But then they brought it back on Resurrection, and it didn't make any sense. I hate Aiden designing Resurrection. I hate those legs. I hate the color. I hate the flashy thing. I'm more of a fan of the biomechanical Aiden look, which they had in this game. So it's great that they brought like one of my almost like my favorite Aiden design. It's just like the chicken legs that doesn't match, but everything else from the translucent dome to the head to the biomechanical look. And I wonder if they're gonna add like more Alien skins for like older Alien movies. That could be interesting. But this is just great. Like I'm really having a lot of fun with the Alien, and I can't wait for this DLC to be officially released so I can just like use it with all my perks that are unlocked in my main account. Just test it out like some crazy builds with the Alien and just get really good at it. And the main strength of the Aiden, like I was saying, is about the tail attack. Sure, the mobility with the stations is another thing that is very useful for the class, for this killer, and it's very powerful. But the tail attack is really where it's like the main focus. That's how you down survivors easier than in comparison to the other killers. To the other killers, like they usually rely on basic attacks or other things, but with the Aiden, might have like one of the best ranged attacks in the game. The other one is like Nemesis. Which one? Maybe the Death Slinger. I think only the Death Slinger might have like a better range, or like, oh yeah, the Huntress, of course. The Huntress and the Death Slinger, they can just like shoot something at the survivors from far. Well, with the Aiden, I mean, he has like, it's a melee attack, but it's a melee attack with better range. And the Aiden also has like some very strong add-ons, which I didn't manage to use. Then I didn't test every single one of them, but overall they seem to be very good. And like lately, like the Aiden has been like, from my experience, in, like comparing to other killers that I use, how I missed that one. Like I thought he should have gone to like the thing there, the thing that was blocking. The tail has some weird hitboxes. Sometimes I feel like it should hit, but it doesn't hit the survivor. It just like end up like bumping into something, into the environment, some object. And in other times I feel like I should miss the survivor, but it still hits him. So it's just some weird hitbox that you just have to get used to. But I think that just like in AVP shots that multiplayer, I remember like the Aiden tail spammers were like really OP. The tail spamming of the Aiden can be really OP because not only was a one shot, but if the aliens could just stay in the ceilings and the walls. Imagine you could use the walls, like would walk through the walls and the ceiling in this game. Now that would be like overkill for survivors, but that's not here. But I remember in AVP 2010, they would just be able to just stay in the walls and just tail spam and just one shot you over and over, or like was like this a two shot. And it was very hard to deal against. Like so, I mean, in AVP 2010, all species had something that I really didn't like. The aliens had the tail spamming from the walls, which I mean, with the Marines or the Predator, you didn't have much to go against it unless you used one of the ranged weapons. With Marines, it's easier, you just shoot the alien there, but sometimes you wouldn't be able to do it fast enough. With the Predators, you usually had to go with Plasma, which was like the main thing about, like that was bothering me with the Predator gameplay in that game, that it was like mainly like the alien tail spamming, the Predator Plasma spamming, because you could just like use the Plasma and one-shot everyone. And with the Marines, it was mainly the melee, which was just stupid because I was like using a melee attack with the alien or the Predator, and the Marines could just block it. Like, I was just like silly. But yeah, the gameplay of this game reminds just me so much of the Alien gameplay in AVP 2010. And I think that any of you, any of Alien fans, any AVP fans that enjoy playing as the Alien on that game, you guys should consider maybe the possibility of giving the Alien on this game a try. You don't have to play as the Killer, you don't have to play as Survivor. If you're an Alien fan, just give it a try. Just give it a try, because it's almost like the closest thing that we have like to an, like almost like a new Alien game, you know? It's like, sure, it's a multiplayer only experience using an Alien, but it's still cool. It's still like cool just to feel like that you can play as like a new Alien game experience. Like, you know, we don't know when we're gonna be getting a new Alien game which you can actually play as the Alien, or like a new AVP game which you can play as the Alien. We don't know when that is coming. Could take like years. So I mean, we have this. It's better than nothing. So it's better than at least play as the Alien on this has on Dead by Daylight, has this new killer. And I sure recommend, I mean, for those of you, anyone that wants to start this game, start with the Alien. I think it can be very fun, and for those of you that have been like thinking maybe, oh, should I maybe give it a try now the Alien is this game for Alien fans? Yeah, I say give it a try. It's not that expensive. I don't think you can just get this game on Steam or like in a summer sale, like easy, and just like give it a try. Give it a try. And I think that not only me and many other Alien fans, we can have a lot of fun playing as the Alien on this game for sure.